Okay, so the first thing we've got the pipe that we're using, the rolling pin to roll the design on, where we're gonna stick this fun foam on top of it. The nice thing is this is just a big sticker. Okay, if you look, okay, so you'll be able to stick this right back on. You don't want to peel it off just yet, but this is what we're gonna at least start with. We're going to need to do a couple of things. We're going to have to grid this rolling pin out. And so you can see that there's like 6 sections here. So we need to do the same thing on this and create 6 sections. Okay. It's pretty hard to divide something into 6 pieces and to do that evenly. A good trick on this is to draw an X and then cut that in half. Okay, so this would give you, I mean, you can see how these are fairly close to the same. Okay, so that's what I did up here, where I just drew myself an X and cut that in half. Oops, where am I? There we go. Okay, I did have to like move one of these over, you know, kind of eyeball where you are and make sure that you even them back out. Okay. Let me grab a ruler because I don't have one. Okay, so I'm going to take the line that I have up on this top part and carry it over to the side. Okay, and just darken those so then you can see like where those are going to be. Okay, I need everybody's eyes up here. I'm going to make sure that my ruler is square, like right on this edge, that I don't have it like turning and moving off of that. And then I'm going to have to line this up. Maybe you feel like it would be easier if you could have someone like hold this side. But if you hold right here, you should be able to like guide your ruler across there and create those lines. Okay. So we're going to do that 6 times. This is not going to be absolutely perfect, but it is going to allow you to create like these pieces. And when you need this, like on this design, I would know that I would need to put a triangle on the left side of every single grid, right? And I would rotate it and pop another one on, and then rotate it and pop another one on. Okay, so that would go pretty quick. So you have this divided at least vertically. Now we need to divide this horizontally. So we would do the same thing. Put this on here and make those little hash marks. Okay, where you can see all of those. This is not quite 8 inches. It's close, but it's not. And I'm going to go ahead, let's see if I have a long notepad. I'm going to use a piece of paper because it's pretty hard to draw a straight line around something that's round. Okay, but if you can use something, and maybe this would be easier for more contrast, you would be able to see this. If I put this on my hash mark, okay, and rotate this, I would want to like line this up. You can see possibly that it's not quite like lined up there. So you would be wanting to like line the paper up so you know that you're, and I'm just kind of twisting my hands, making sure that's like flush all the way around. So, I mean, that's just one of those hacks on trying to do that. It's not like it's a perfect technique, but it does allow you to quickly, with something that you have around the house, which this was just a notepad, be able to draw that line all the way around. Okay, so you can see that that helped. This doesn't have to be 100% perfect, but it is going to help us because you can translate, like put each of those into each of these. Okay, and it's going to make it where sometimes when people work all the way around something, they don't have enough room for 2 of something, but there's too much room for 1. And so they end up with this funny space. So this grid is going to help not have that like help you not have that funny space. Okay, so we have the grid on the rolling pin. I just used that piece of paper to wrap around to do those pieces. Now I'm going to take my foam. The same thing, I need to grid this out. If I started with these triangles, I know that they are 1 inch tall. I know that they are 1/2 inch wide. Okay, so if I had a 1/2 inch grid on here, then I would be able to like quickly create this. Okay, so if I did 1/2 inch, you need those hash marks on the bottom. Some people, they don't understand why they're crooked, but they only have hash marks on the top. And so they're just like eyeballing it, trying to figure out where it should go. And then they end up starting to go crooked, right? And they don't look as good. So if you can use a ruler, then that's a good idea. I'm just going to go ahead and do the whole thing because you're going to eventually need it. Maybe I can eventually come up with a trick to just print a grid on here. Well, you know, once I've done this project a bunch of times. Okay, so I've got at least 1/2 inch this direction. I don't have to do all of these for the next one, but I think 1/2 inch will like help. That one looks a little off. Okay, one more, and then let me do a couple of them the other way. So I'm going to do 1/2 inch, maybe do 3 of those and do 1 inch just because I know I'm going to need that. And same thing down here. Okay, so we'll connect that, connect my 1/2 inch ones. And a lot of people think it's I'm making extra steps. They should just, you know, eyeball it and trace things, but this is going to make it so much faster. If I was using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I mean, I could do right now, look how fast I can turn these into everything that I need. Right, so all of these kind of fit together. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, just like that. Okay, and I could do the same thing down here and get another 11. Okay, so this is where I'm saying if you can squish your design together, this is going to make you, some people don't think that they maybe have enough foam. But when you can squish all the designs together and you don't have any waste, then you do have a lot of foam, okay? Now, if you were doing something like this that needed, where am I? Right here, that would be specific. You would probably need the actual square on here, so you might need some more fun foam. And if that's you, we can give you another piece, not a big deal. If you think you're someone that's gonna get that done, or you would get to that point. I'm gonna go ahead, change my mind, and draw this other one, because now I can draw this next one really fast. I can put this half, or this circle here, trace it, move to my 1/2 inch one, trace that, move over here, trace this, move over here and trace that. So now I can cut out those pieces and I'm done. Okay, so really it should go pretty quick once you have this part. Once you have the pieces cut out, they're gonna pop on really quick. Okay, because there's just a sticker and you'll just line those up and stick them on. Okay, you really don't want to go like too itty bitty. I think 1/4 by 1/4 is really as small as you want to go, because you are gonna have a hard time getting this part to stick, because there's going to be less sticky on there. Don't make those too tiny. If you have some tiny pieces, you can just increase the size, and that should help with them sticking. But this is what we're going to work on after you have completed the entire worksheet. Okay?